Hello YouTube, it is your pal the Two-Wheel Maniac, and today we've got a cool video for you guys. I'm going to talk about the 5 most dangerous things on the road as a motorcyclist.
Agents of the Resistance. We must rise. We must resist.
Number 5. Debris and crap in the road. When you're riding, especially on the highway, well, not so much especially on the highway in regards to there's more stuff, but especially because you're traveling at a higher rate of speed, and there's often cars in front of you that are going to reduce your reaction time to something in the middle of the road. Not like this, you know, just going in a straight line. If there's some sand or cinders or stuff like that in the road, you don't have to worry about it so much. But if there's like a 2x4 in the middle of this, in the road in front of that van, I wouldn't be able to see it if it's over here. Now, they'd be able to react and I'd be able to see that and make a similar maneuver, but debris in the road is dangerous. You know, you hit something that you don't see because there's cars blocking your view, then that can really lead to a messed up day. How do we avoid that kind of situation? Make sure there's enough distance between the car in front of you and yourself. That way you can react accordingly to situations. Number 4. Animals crossing the road. I live in the sticks. I have squirrels for neighbors. Because I have squirrels for neighbors, that means I live in the woods and we have deer. Deer are very interesting animals in the fact that they don't give a damn what you doing. I'm barreling down this road at 70 miles an hour. They see me, they get frozen in my headlight, and they just don't move. And during the day, the dusk and dawn times of day, where they're most active, they can, I mean, I could just be cruising along and boom, right out the side of this tree come running a deer. So you need to keep a lookout for other deer in the area. In that field, there were horses, there were no deer. But that's kind of where you want to look and see. Because a deer crossing in front of you and you hitting a deer is not going to end well for you or your bike. On smaller bikes like I own, not that the KLR is a small bike, but that the KLR is not a 600-pound Harley. The deer is going to probably walk away fine. Maybe a little sprained, maybe a couple broken ribs, but it'll probably survive. The bike, probably not. And me, I'm going to be hurting. You're hurting when you hit a deer in your car. So, when you live out where I do, not necessarily you city folk, but you gotta watch out for deer. Number 3. The 3rd most dangerous things to watch out for when you're riding a motorcycle. Angry pedestrians. We've all seen the video that went around recently where a guy was lane splitting with his girlfriend on the back, and this guy got out of his car and assaulted the dude. That's pretty dangerous, and it happens more than we might think. I mean, I did a video review about a month ago where the guy was riding along. Apparently he flipped off another driver and the driver ran him over. That's pretty messed up. So you gotta watch out for angry drivers who don't know what it's like to ride a motorcycle and who are jealous of the fact that we ride motorcycles. These are actual things that you need to be worried about. Number 2. Not knowing your own capabilities. This is a pretty common one. Look at our Nicky Mouse. the guy who does all the Mulholland Drive videos. And yeah, we see plenty of guys take corners at fine speeds. But some guys try to get their knee down to look cool for the camera, and they end up wiping out. Happens all the time on things like the Dragon, where people are not comfortable enough with their own bike or themselves, and they push it too hard and too far. That's not good. Number 1. Cagers who aren't paying attention. I labeled number 3 as angry pedestrians. Cagers who are not paying attention are a totally different kind of risk. And they're more common than pedestrians who will resort to violence. A pedestrian who will resort to violence, whether they're driving a car at the time or they're just sitting there on the sidewalk, make a conscious decision to put you in harm's way. Whether or not they realize how much danger they put you in is not what this topic is about. But a cager who's not paying attention, that is a totally different type of individual. Examples of cagers who aren't paying attention: people who are reading a book while driving, people who are talking on their phone, people who are texting. One of my personal favorites is people who are watching a Netflix video while driving. I've seen that. Those people are different because they don't realize how much they're putting your life, their life, and pretty much everyone else's life on the road in danger. Whether they simply drift from one lane into the other because they're not paying attention, whether they're taking a corner too wide and they're now in your lane. These are just a few examples of that you may run into in the wild. But yeah, those people are far more dangerous because they don't realize what's going on. And because they don't realize what's going on, they don't think about it, because they don't think it happens more often than not. And that's why it's dangerous. So, when you're riding a motorcycle, whether you're commuting or just going out for a Sunday weekend ride, pay attention to your surroundings. Look for things like debris in the road. Make sure you give yourself enough clearance between the car in front of you and you. Number 4, watching out for animals in the road. This is different than debris because sometimes it's not there and then all of a sudden it is. Keep a lookout on both sides of the road for indicators that a deer will be coming in front of you or some other animal. Number 3, angry pedestrians. Do like the one guy did in the video in Florida and keep your cool and just try to defuse the situation. Know your limitations is number 2. Make sure you're not riding outside of yours or your bike's comfort zone. That's a very dangerous thing and could get you into big trouble. And lastly, watch out for cagers who aren't paying attention. It's going to be anyone who's singing along, eating, texting, or watching a movie. If you follow and observe for these 5 things, your life on the road as a motorcyclist is going to be a lot better. If you're a subscriber of mine, let me know what you think of this list and how it compares, and what are some things that you might add. If you're not a subscriber, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, man! Get notified of all my cool, crazy content. Usually it's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, because I think I'm pretty cool. Comment, share, tell everyone about these cool videos, because it really means a lot to me. That's about it, guys. Thanks so much for everything. I'm your pal, the Two-Wheel Maniac. Stay hungry, stay foolish, and I'll catch you on the flip side.